when he's incarcerated, around that time, there was this light that was flashed on what you guys were doing in KC.
Yes.
I remember there was
list and all that.
Yeah, there was the Forbes list. I remember it might have been Double XL. Someone on YouTube went and showed the operation.
Yes.
And all of a sudden it was like, well, shit, people are paying a lot more attention to what we got going on. Tell me how the Lil Wayne relationship kind of like helped kind of change the trajectory of like opening you up to new fans and how it's still intact to this day.
Wayne speaking my name, saying that he wanted to work with me and Andre 3000, man.
Because you're on the Carter 4.
Yeah, I'm on the Carter 4.
Yeah.
He said he was going to make that happen. I didn't know he was going to put us both on the same song.
Which is, the interludes are my favorite part of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
And the way I heard it,
right.
He said, you want to hear your song? He came to Kansas City. I'm like, yeah. He played it in Travis's office. And when Andre came on after me, I was trying to be cool. But the inside of me is like, holy fucking shit. Yeah. You know, so I got a song with Andre.
Yeah, for sure.
I was blown away. I was like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know he was going to do that. So after that, I noticed that at the Gathering of the Juggalos, whenever I'd say it, they'd boo. You know what I'm saying? They boo when I say Lil Wayne. I'm like, hold up. That's my family.
Like, we ain't going to do that. Yeah.
This is for the love of hip hop. Respect that when I'm here. And they would clap, you know what I'm saying? Like, they respected that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of my fans didn't want the mainstream over here.
They wanted you to stay your little, like, their little secret.
And that's how fans do. They
yes, like, all fans are like that.
They want the best kept secret.
Right.
But something like Tech-9, you can't keep contained, man. You know what I'm saying? So I said a long time ago, Tech won't go mainstream, the mainstream will go Tech. And that's what gradually happened. You know what I mean? Wayne was that first thing that happened when he said out of the blue, when I forgot who asked him. I forgot if it was Funkmaster Flex or I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
I asked him when I was in jail, who you want to work with? I want to work with my main man Tech-9 and Andre 3000. Everybody's calling me. I had to fight Strangeland, meaning the fans,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they wanted, keep that shit over there. You know what I'm saying? Lollipop was out at the time.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I fuck with elite artists, and I adore elite artistry. So Wayne saying that, I went to Rikers and said thank you. Me and Trav, went out to the East Coast and said thank you, And he said, when I get out, it's on. And it was. As soon as he got out, he said, come on down here, Florida. We got a song. And they played it for me. Mike Banger was the engineer. He played it. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm like, oh, my God. Get on there and chop that shit up. Wayne came in at 12 midnight, heard it the next day, and said, yeah, now I'm ready. That's what I wanted. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the hood responded. Tech killed it.
Yeah.
Tech killed it. I was surprised to see Tech on the Carter 4. It did it. It did so well with me for the culture.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about strange music, you kind of think subculture, right?
It's 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So for the culture, that was a win for me.
Yeah, it was funny to watch it because it was like all of a sudden, because you would always kind of hear people talking about Tech-9 and they would, because you had the face paint. And you dealt with this your whole career, right?
Yeah, the red hair.
And like, I feel like the Wayne, because it always takes somebody, when you are doing something underground or doing something out of the norm, out of the box, for pop culture to kind of embrace it, you kind of need like a Wayne to be like, nah, this is it.
Yeah, man.
And then I feel like you had gone through me and you had a conversation, it might have been backstage in Orlando. It might have been the Freddie Gibbs tour. And this was around the time Breaking Into Colored Houses had dropped.
Yeah, Bitches dropped, with T-Pain.
But I remember you were a little frustrated with the lack of support from your own community.
Of course. I've been banging that my whole career. The Message to the Black Man, all those songs, man. Why you ain't call me? You know what I'm saying? All that, you know what I'm saying? It's like I've been talking about it because I always felt like Tech-9, because I am the king, the clown, and the G, I'm three-dimensional, that it should be for everybody. And that's what started with the gangsters in the hood, you know what I'm saying, in Kansas City. then the metalheads, then the college kids and all that kind of shit, and then the juggalos, you know what I'm saying? And then, rock and roll, all that, I felt like that it shouldn't exclude my people, you know what I mean? So usually when you do something, and I don't like to generalize, I'm saying that ain't all black folks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. Painted face, red spiked hair. At the time, nah, bruh.
Even now, people are like,
but it became cool though.
Well, now, like, there's this subgenre of like kind of punk rock. Yeah. Like you look at like what Uzi has done.
Yeah, Lil Uzi,
guys like
what I'm
that.
saying? Playboy Carti said Playboy Carti went on and said that I was the pioneer of what he does, image wise and stuff. You know?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did like a year and a half ago.
Shout out to Carti. I just saw his show and it was a lot.
Yeah. He said, and I think a lot of people don't know. You was just talking about how I've been in it for so long and still on the incline and all this kind of thing, man. I always tell my fans that I'm Alucard. That's Dracula backwards.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't look like I'm about to be 54.
No, you look better than ever, brother. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
You look like...
Yeah, I'm going to be here.
You look like better than you looked in like 2010.
Yes, sir. I've seen
because you was
pictures.
Wearing all the drugs and all all the ecstasy and liquor and everything.
Yeah. And I don't eat nothing but sourdough bread now, man. I don't eat wheat bread. I don't eat white bread. I don't eat none of that shit because sourdough has health benefits. But that's neither here nor there. But it's like certain things that I changed that my wife implemented.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that people always gonna give the props to Tech-N9ne for what we done early on independently and image-wise that I got crucified for, and I didn't give a fuck. I have the word sacrifice across my chest really big. It's been there for years, and I sacrificed myself for them to run right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think of like Denzel Curry had a album where his face is painted. Yeah. NBA YoungBoy had a little wave where he painted his face on social media.
Yes.
And
this is decades later.
Yeah, decades later. And I just remember like you being chastised or boxed. Yeah, for sure.
The Weeknd did it.
For sure. Mm-hmm. But you were put into this like box because I think around that time, like there was like, it was also kids were a lot more shallow with their taste back then.
Mm-hmm. Like, I think some of the culture, they think, I said some of the culture, people in the culture, they think that when you do stuff like that, like paint your face or have a bishop's robe on with red spiked hair, that's me saying that I don't have the skill to get people's attention. You know what I'm saying?
So let me dress to get the attention.
Yeah,
so they already kind of write you off.
They write me off.
Yeah.
But the motherfuckers found out that I can do this shit butt naked with none of that shit and fuck all you niggas up lyrically. You know what I'm saying? This is how I feel.
Right.
And that's what people know. You know what I'm saying? They know when they get on a song with me, they really got to go.